Welcome back to Courtside Comparisons, presented by NerdWallet. Kelly Oubre rejoining the program. Great to have you here.
Thanks for having me.
Looking forward to diving into some film we're doing in these round twos, teammate film. And you said right away when I asked you, what do you want to break down? You said you want to look at Tobias Harris.
Absolutely.
So let's rewind the clock significantly. Take us back. You and Tobias have sort of a long-standing relationship. Where did it start, and bring us up to speed to being teammates as well?
Oh, well, man, I mean, me and Tobias have been, crossing each other's paths for a while since I became, NBA player for real. Actually, our dads were good friends. So, that kind of brought us together just oddly enough through the grapevine. And, now we're teammates. And, I always had that, elephant in the room relationship with him because we've been tied together. And, it's just a blessing to be able to see him work and see him carry himself up close and personal now.
Yeah, you say the way he carries himself. And something I've observed, Tobias is sort of one of the more well-respected players in this entire league, probably based on how he carries himself. So
Absolutely.
in terms of his locker room presence, what does he add to a team?
He adds just comfort, honestly, man. Like, you look at him, he doesn't get rattled. Like, yeah, he's a human being. He feels emotions, but at the end of the day, he doesn't allow the situation or whatever's happening in the moment to get too big for him so that he overreacts. And, it's just been a blessing to see, someone handle themselves in such a professional manner. Even we joke about him being a business casual dresser, right? But he's actually a businessman who plays basketball. And, it's amazing to see someone who is so well, vexed in, what he knows and the things that he realizes that this is just life. Like, at the end of the day, we're athletes, yeah, but this is life, and I'm going to continue to just do what I have to do to, push the needle. And, I learned a lot from him, on and off the court, of course, but now we're talking about him on the court, so I really want to give him his flowers. Yeah.
In this latest iteration of this Sixers team, aside from Joel Embiid, Tobias Harris and Tyrese Maxey are actually two of the longest tenured Sixers on this team.
Wow.
And Tobias and Tyrese tell a story about Tyrese's rookie year. He was a little down and out after not playing as much or at all as he had hoped to, and Tobias sort of told him that he was going to be big one day.
Absolutely.
The two of them now, since Tyrese's first All-Star berth, have revisited that story on both ends and talked about their gratitude for each other. What have you observed about the way that they've sort of grown a big brother, little brother relationship?
Yeah, man. They're the last three, because you didn't say Joe, but yeah, they're the last three standing from, the team since I would say the process has began, and is you have to get close to one another once you realize, dang, we the last ones left for real, from when we came in. So, that's a blessing, man, because it's really hard, man. This is a life of egos, and this is a life of individuals who have their own stuff going on outside of basketball. But we see each other almost every day. We see each other more than probably we see our own family sometimes. And at the end of the day, you realize that we are family. So it's just, I'm still in that year one phase where I'm getting to know everybody and they're getting to know me. But, they're at a place in their relationship where, we're all we got, you can lean on your brother who you've seen for so long and, be comfortable with speaking to him, getting to know him a little more. So I think it's overdue for sure. But at the end of the day, as Tyrese ascends and, Tobias continues to just grow in this game, he's going to need somebody like Tobias, in his corner in the long run, because Tyrese has 20 years to go. Who knows? Godspeed. And Tobias, who knows how long he has to go, but at the end of the day, he's more of a veteran and Tyrese is younger, so he can give him more information about his game and the game outside the game.
This is one of my favorite questions to ask everybody before we dive into the film. Okay. If you have to look back over the course of your career and think of three vets, I just want names, that really left an impact on you the way that Tobias has on guys in this locker room. You can even pick Tobias if you want.
Okay.
Give me three vets that have made a difference for you.
All right, I would say Ish Smith, Martian Gortat,
Cool.
and John Wall.
Great answers. Kelly Oubre, let's look at some film. So we are looking at Tobias Harris, 37-point game, so close to his new career high game. This was January 12th of this season, a big win over the Kings at home. No Joel Embiid. Sadly, no Kelly Oubre either. But you wanted to talk about your friend Tobias, so let's dive in.
Let's do it. I already see a jab. Kobe Rock. That's aggression, man. Like, with Tobias, the biggest thing for him is just like being aggressive. Kind of sometimes overly aggressive because he's such a laid back and condensed individual. And when he's aggressive, man, he's a different animal, and I love to see it. So this is one of those games where, man, like I was just smiling from cheek to cheek the whole game because he arrived. But it's like he knows what he needs to do, and sometimes he doesn't like to force it because he wants other people to succeed so bad that like he'll allow somebody else to be more aggressive because like he'll just take the back seat. But this is one of those games where he was like, all right, I'm gonna go get it, and you see him flushing and dunking and mugging the crowd. It's like he had a chip on his shoulder this game, and I love that, Tobias. So that's so skilled, like footwork. Like I don't think his position. These guys who are kind of considered foremen who can shoot, dribble, make plays for others, be in the mid post, play at the free throw line, ISO. That's very rare in this day and age because of the game. Like a lot of people are just out 3-point shooters, small guards who can take you off the dribble, hezzy step back, shoot threes. He has a little bit of everything. So this is pretty much 3-level scoring. Like you don't really have that much these days, and that's what I look up to for him because like I love to score at any type of way that I possibly can. So watching him and his footwork and his skill come through and thrive is amazing.
He puts a lot of work into the game too. What have you observed about his work?
He comes to work each and every day. He puts his work in. He works out in the weight room, on the court, before practice, right? He has a set routine, and that's like that's what you need in this league. You need a consistent routine to whereas you continuously get better so that you can end the day and know that you did every single thing that you possibly can to, walk out that day better. And he does that, and I can attest to it because I saw it this morning. I see it every single morning. And he comes to the game, he has his routine, he has his process that he does, and he follows it like to a T. And like he's kind of militant with it, but at the end of the day, like that's what this game requires. So it's good to see him kind of getting his footwork back. He's feeling good, obviously, and now he's behind the arc, and that's 2 levels. So yeah.
14-point first quarter for Tobias Harris in this one. So you knew he had it going. Then he started hitting some threes. You were about to say it.
Yes.
Tell us more.
I mean, he's flowing. Like, this game is about rhythm and flow. Like, I've been saying this since I got into the league. I haven't had a big voice to pretty much let it stick. But this game is a lot about rhythm and flow. And you see that he came out with a chip on his shoulder with aggression, and he found his flow pretty early. So, this is defense. Okay, look, I've never seen Tobias that fast, though. Okay, yeah, he's running the floor as well. So, like, that's what I do in the game. You know what I'm saying? So, like,
he's doing his Kelly Oubre
He's doing his
impression.
Kelly Oubre because I'm not out there, so he got to, put those first 3 steps to work, and he's getting dunks in transition. But transition buckets are a very easy way for him to score. And when I used to play against him, our coach used to say the way he scores is in transition and taking you off the bounce, whenever they get a turnover or a stop. So it's good to see him back to his old self right there.
Is Tobias Harris an underrated dunker in this league?
Yes. Yes. But, I mean,
because he does it with such authority.
Right.
For some reason, it feels surprising when he does it, but it's so precise.
He's 6'9". Like, you wouldn't expect that because a lot of guys that are 6'9" just kind of just coast and just throw it in there because it's so easy for him. But he dunks hard with aggression, and he gets to a spot, and he flushes it. He just finishes you. It's no games, no flash, nothing.
So that's almost a bigger flex, right?
It is, yeah. It's like, you look at Kawhi, he plays the game very simply, but at the end of the day, Tobias is one of those breeds who plays the game, is fundamental, and just is effective. So, yeah, this is good to see him flowing, hitting threes, dunking the ball, running the floor. So, look, we got a post ISO coming up. That's Fox. You're kind of small, so a little late. That's Tobias for you, though. It's easy. He's going to come in, get his work done, do what he has to do, no matter if it's a good or bad night. He's going to always, have a positive attitude about it, and, just get to work. That's what he's doing this game.
I know some of you guys have been calling him the Machine. Are you among the guys that call him the Machine?
Haven't heard that one, but I'm going to call him that, though, man. He's sturdy. Like, the only time that he was out this year was when he was sick, facing illness, and that's very rare. He doesn't have any body injuries and things like that just are lingering or nagging because he takes care of his body. He comes in, he gets stronger, he gets better on the court, and, he goes home.
He's one of those guys that's done 81, 82 game, seasons pretty consistently.
Yeah, I'm just glad he took that headband off. But You know, that was his Orlando
I have no
Magic.
questions about the headband. No, when he came to Philly, he
did?
started
See,
his
let's
Philly
not
career
talk
with the
about
headband.
that. Let's
No,
not
he
talk about
did.
that. He got it off now. He got his lineup nice.
The headband didn't match up with the business casual you were talking about?
It was too swaggy boy, you know. So, yeah, he's back, though. He's professional, looking good out there.
So the business casual tag that you gave him, does that apply to his game as well a little bit?
No, I mean, not this game. No. Like, that's not a bad floor, though. Like, his floor is business casual. He going to come in, do his job, be business-like, do his thing, and then go home and probably, make some money on investments. Like, it's just like, that's Tobias. But this game, I ain't gonna lie, like, he looking a lot like he was just trying to get it. Like, you got a family that's at home asking for $100,000. Like, that's a beautiful game right there. So I love that chip that he played with.
So we've done a couple games in these breakdowns. We talked about Tyrese Maxey's 50 and 51-point games. We talked about Joel's 70. Mm-hmm. When you're out there with your teammate and you know that they're chasing 40, chasing 50, chasing 70, what's it like to keep prioritizing the win, which you guys have tended to get during these huge performances from your teammates, prioritizing the win and helping your teammate get to some sort of milestone?
Man, that's a tough one. That's a fine line, to walk, because, like, they're making everything, right? Mm-hmm. But you're like, I can make some stuff too, but at the end of the day, like, the ball is better in their hands because they have the hot hand, and that's something that, as teammates and as brothers, you realize, like, quickly, because you don't want your ego to get into it, because at the end of the day, like, that's their game. They're taking that game and making it their own. So, it's just one of those things. You got to just do the little things. Like, for me, like, if I got to lock up somebody so that nobody has to play defense, I'm going to lock up everybody, because I want them to go do their thing on offense and make sure we can get extra possessions for them to have more opportunities. So this is one of those games. Tyrese in Utah was one of those games. You had to pretty much just, like, realize, like, all right, what is the lay of the land here, and just adjust accordingly. So it's a beautiful thing, because you see that they're thriving, they're happy, they're locked in, and they have that chip that they want to go get something.
Well, Kelly, you've had a couple amazing performances for this team, some solid ones, some offense, some defense. We know there's more to come. Kelly, thank you so much.
Thank you guys so much.
That's been Courtside Comparisons presented by NerdWallet. Kelly Oubre, we appreciate you, and we'll see you next time.
Thank you so much.